while the Nintendo Wii was home to a bunch of shovelware and first party Nintendo games, it also had a small handful of fighters, 23 to be exact. I'm Mike Baltrades, welcome to Mo Plays, and let's discuss the top 10 Wii fighting games. So, fighting games were few and far between on the Nintendo Wii. Like, it was so much so that some wrestling games had to even be considered fighting games. But I played a lot of them. I played most of them, even the bad Castlevania fighter. So, I think I'm allowed to make an opinion on this. So, here's my top 10 fighting games on the Wii. Honorable mention going to Godzilla's Unleashed. So, Godzilla Unleashed was a two-player beat 'em up, like a fighter, you know what I mean? It was a port to the Wii. It came out on the PlayStation 2, and I believe it also came out on, not the GameCube, but I want to say the Xbox. But it might have been GameCube. But I remember playing this game. It was fun. It was alright. You know, it's Godzilla. And I had to mention Godzilla. Otherwise, It's Me, Evan, would come from my head. Sorry, Evan. With the official list, let's go. Number 10, TMNT Smash Up. TMNT Smash Up was a Smash Brothers clone. You know, it was all four of the Turtles, a couple of other individuals. Casey Jones, I think, was in there. And it was like Smash Brothers. It was literally a Smash Brothers clone. You know, you go on a stage, you beat up, there were power-ups, etc., etc. It was good for what it was, you know, but it just, honestly, it just wasn't Smash Brothers. Number 9 on the list, WWE All-Stars. Now, anyone who knows Mo knows that I love me some WWE All-Stars. Legitimately love. Like, I own it on every console available. I have it on my 360, have it on my Wii, have it on my PS3. It's that fun, you know. It was a game that scratched that arcadey like WrestleFest itch that I had, just with more controls and whatnot, because WrestleFest was a two-button game. And you had counters, you had reversals, you had signature moves, you had finishers, you could KO people, you could submit them if you really needed to. Like, the button mashing was great, the characters were larger than life, and the DLC, if you got the DLC with Chris Jericho and Cody Rhodes and R-Truth and Mark Henry, even Jerry the King Lawler. Yes, that Jerry the King Lawler. You know what I mean? Like, it was great, man. And All-Stars, it's top 10 for sure, and on the Nintendo Wii, it just happens to be number 9 on my list. Number 8, the King of Fighters, the Orochi Collection. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, but Mo, why is the Orochi Collection on your list? Because it's a collection of games. For those who don't know, King of Fighters Orochi Collection was a collection of King of Fighters 94 through 98. So 94, 96, 5, 96, 97, and that God tier 98. And if you were an SNK kid and you enjoyed those games that apparently appeared in laundromats, this was the game for you to play on Nintendo Wii. And plus, Iori was on the cover like a boss. I mean, come on, man. Like, it don't get no better than that. Number 7 on the list, Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Now, before y'all say anything, I understand Mortal Kombat Armageddon wasn't the best Mortal Kombat fighting game in the world. But let's be real. If you were a Nintendo Wii owner and the only version of Mortal Kombat you could play was on the Nintendo Wii, you got it. Because it's honestly the only Mortal Kombat entry to ever hit the Nintendo Wii. So you kind of had to have it for diversity reasons, for other things where it's just like, oh, well, I want something gory, I need something mature. And Mortal Kombat Armageddon scratched that itch for you. Again, not the best Mortal Kombat. You know, which is funny because Mortal Kombat Deception came out and they didn't port that to the Wii, but Armageddon got a port. Go figure. I guess selling over 100 million units will do that for your console. Number 6, a game that I didn't enjoy when I was younger, but it's grown on me as I've gotten older. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I was not a Budokai Tenkaichi guy. I am still to this day a stout Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 guy. But I respect the people that love Budokai Tenkaichi. You know, and maybe it was just me when I was younger being stubborn for change and not being acceptable to, hey, this is different, but it's okay. Tenkaichi 3, though, in retrospect, it's great. Like, the roster is huge. It's like 150 people. The waggle controls you don't have to use, which I think was a turnoff for me too when it first came out on the Wii. You can actually use, like the classic controller and whatnot. And Tenkaichi 3 is one of the best Dragon Ball fighting games of all time, according to a lot of people. I might not be one of those people, but it's one of the best fighting games on the Wii. Getting into the top 5, number 5 for me, Naruto, Clash of Ninja Revolution 3. I've been playing Clash of Ninja since the GameCube, because the GameCube is where we got our first taste of not only Naruto and a fighting game, but 4-player Naruto. Now you take that formula and you continue to build on it on the years and years and years. And Ninja Revolution 3 expanded into Naruto Shippuden. It was great. Naruto was kind of busted on there. There was Sasuke and Rock Lee were top tier on that game. And it's just dumb fun to play this with like a group of friends, Still one of the only games that you can play like 4 players with. So Clash of Ninja Revolution 3 is my number 5. Number 4, because there's not enough fighting games on this list on the Nintendo Wii, WWE 13. With the voice of the voiceless as your cover star. Yes, CM Punk. Now, it wasn't the best experience, but it was passable. They did what they could with what they had available on the Nintendo Wii. I actually thought about putting SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 on this list in place of WWE 13, but because of its placing in pop culture and whatnot, WWE 13 got the nod. It's a great game. Again, it's one of those games that I can go back to, have fun with, and then plus it's got like John Cena. Not that they all didn't have John Cena, but you know what I mean? Like, it had retro John Cena, or retro, and then it had the current John Cena for that time. And it had Drew McIntyre in the one-man band gimmick, so couldn't go wrong with that. Plus, the addition of the Attitude Era stars, you got to be able to play with Rock from 97, 98. Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? Yeah, because that's still the best Rock theme song of all time. And then if you had the DLC for the game, you got Gangrel, you got Too Cool. Actually, Drew McIntyre was DLC on that game. Now that I didn't think about it, yeah, Drew was DLC on that game, like actual Drew, like Broken Dreams Drew, not one man band Drew, but Broken Dreams Drew was DLC on that game. So was Tensai, and yeah, like Mike Tyson was a DLC character. If you got it on PlayStation, Xbox, sorry, you didn't get that treatment, but that's okay. Number 3 on my list, Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus. Not the original, but Plus. I love Guilty Gear, for those who don't know. Hell, if you look behind me and I reach, bang, Guilty Gear XX Core Plus is running on my Nintendo Switch. It's a great game. It's freaking amazeballs, right? And it's awesome. So Core Plus gets the nod because it has 25. It's got Robo Key and a couple other characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the better version. And I think this was Core Plus was the introduction of Eno. I think that was. I don't remember if it was Core or Core Plus, but I think Core Plus was the introduction to Eno. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, whatever else, right? But the gameplay was great. It was the first reason I actually bought a Nintendo Wii Fight Stick. Actually, it was the first time that they actually made a fight stick for Guilty Gear Accent Core XS. Guilty Gear Accent Core Plus. First time they made a fight stick for the Wii that plugged into the Joy-Con. Into the Wiimote. And it was good. It was actually really good. I had it, and I lost it when there was a flood in my town when I was working, and the car got drained out and everything else, and it ruined the stick, and I couldn't find another one. So if you have one, let me know. I need one. But Guilty Gear is awesome. It's Guilty Gear in all forms is awesome, and Access Core would have been the best game on the list if not for these other two. Number 2 on the list, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Y'all knew Smash was going to be the list. Y'all just didn't know if I was going to put it number 1 or number 2. Smash Bros. Brawl is one of the best fighters, and it's considered a fighter, I guess, because now it has meter and whatever else. Subspace Emissary Mode was a game changer to go through and have like a dedicated like real story mode. Adventure mode and Brawl was I mean, not Brawl, but Melee was alright. But Subspace Emissary mode made it so you had to go through and play it again and again. You had to go unlock Star Wolf and Jigglypuff and somebody else through there. You know what I mean? So not to mention that was the first appearance of a Smash Ball and the first time that supers were added to the game. And it had Snake, Solid Snake. Remember Snake when Nintendo made Snake kind of have a butt, you know, whatever else, right? And that was like the first real big like crossover character between Snake and Sonic the Hedgehog, which you had to unlock going through Subspace Emissary. So, yeah, Smash Bros. Is number 2. But the number 1 game, the number 1 fighting game on the Nintendo Wii. Y'all hear the music. Oh, y'all hear it. Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Ultimate All-Stars. That game was freaking great. That game made Alex look good. Okay? Batu was on that game. Like, yo, you had Project Justice characters. You had freaking Street Fighter characters. You had a bunch of Capcom. Look, Mega Man Volnut was on the game, okay? And Mega Man was kind of beast. Alright? And then you had the other side. You had your Gotcha Mans, or we call them G-Force here in the States, right? You know what I mean? Look, I still have the game complete in box, okay? Complete in box. It's that good, all right? You know what I mean? Like, the game's freaking great, man. It really is, you know what I'm saying? The game was obviously you had your 2-player fights, whatever, dude. Like, you can use a classic controller. Again, like, that's what you got down. And then they put out that stick, and then if you had the stick, you were getting busy, and then you don't have the stick, whatever. Anyway, it's awesome. I wish they would re-release this game on current hardware. Legit, like, I wish the Nintendo Switch would get that game, since it was a Nintendo exclusive, you know. Or, and this is where the arcade side comes in. Yo, arcade, what up? Hey, yo, steal Retro Ralph's idea and bring that to a cabinet, because there were candy cabs in this game. Yo, make that happen, because it's that good. Seriously though, giant battles were great. You know, like the Lost Planet gimmick, the big robot from Lost Planet was in the game. You know what I mean? Like, it's just dumb fun. It is. It's dumb fun. Yo, but what do you guys think, man? Yo, what's the best fighting game on the Nintendo Wii? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Mike Ball Trace. Thank you guys for watching Mo Plays. Make sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're not, as we're on that good road. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.